From Fox 13, the most powerful name in local news, this is the Fox 13 5 o'clock news.
Good morning, America. Today's topic is the American Revolution. Our first guest is Benjamin Franklin. Come on in, Ben.
Hello.
Hi, Ben. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you very much. Thunderstorms in the forecast today. You know what that means.
Oh, haha. Good luck with that one, Ben. So, back to our topic. What contributions have you made to the American Revolution?
Well, I got the French to supply the Americans with food, clothing, and weapons. I also helped stop the Stamp Act by telling the Britons that the Americans would not pay the taxes that they put on the Americans.
So, do you feel that this led to the breaking of the relationship between the colonies and Britain?
Yes, I feel like it definitely helped our country become independent.
So, on to our next question. How do you feel you did your job to help unite the colonies?
Well, a big accomplishment of mine was helping create the first postal system. This helped unite the colonies because the people could reach out and communicate with other colonies instead of being so confined to their area.
So, Ben, in what sense does nationalism trump deeper divisions?
In my opinion, nationalism trumps deeper divisions because the idea of split societies acting against each other is unstable and unpatriotic. Nationalism is better than deeper divisions because it brings together the people of the colonies to do bigger and better things like defeat the British, create a stable government, create a full country of passion and pride and national patriotism. The idea of being a connected group of people throughout a whole country is peaceful and leads to success.
Well, thank you, Ben. I enjoyed your time here today. Likewise.
I think it's time to bring out our next guest, Paul Revere.
Hi, Jack. Thank you for having me today.
So, Paul, what contributions have you made to the American Revolution time period?
Well, before the American Revolution, I gathered information by watching the movements of the British soldiers and reported back to Samuel and John Adams. I'm the one who warned the people of Lexington that the British were coming. Also, I came up with the system of the lanterns. If there's one lantern in the bell tower, then the British were traveling by land. But if there was two, then the British were traveling by sea.
Do you feel that this led to the breaking of the relationship between the colonies and Britain?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you for being here today.
Come on.
L'amour m'étrange de sa lame et me envenime. L'amour, c'est le soufflet qui me fait respirer à nouveau. Pour les autres, cela peut sembler étrange, mais ce que je fais, je le fais par amour. C'est étrange, mais l'amour a sa propre anesthésie. Les pires de l'enfer sont consommés par sa flamme. C'est l'amour qui brûle derrière les yeux de cet homme.
Back to our topic of the American Revolution. I have another guest that should be recognized for their actions. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Jefferson.
Hey Jack, I'm glad to have been chosen to be on your show today. How are you?
I'm great. And yourself?
Good.
So where did you reside during the American Revolution, and what did you do?
During the American Revolution, I stayed in Virginia and served as a delegate to the Second Continental Congress. I also wrote the Declaration of Independence.
Can you tell me a little bit about the Declaration of Independence?
Yes. John Adams nominated me to Congress to write the Declaration of Independence. After we discussed the outline, it was up to me to make the first draft. I had to finish the drafts quickly because I had a limited time. I made a few drafts, and when I finished my final copy, everyone in Congress signed it. The Declaration of Independence was written because the colonies wanted to become independent and not have to listen to orders from the king. This was a big step in us breaking our ties with the mother country.
Wow, that's very interesting. Thank you for contributing to our show today.
I'm glad I could help.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Holly Adams, replacement host for Jack Stess. We will be continuing the topic of the American Revolution. Please welcome our next guest, George Washington.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me onto your show.
Thank you for coming. But on to our first question. How do you feel you contributed to the American Revolution?
Good question. During the war, I was ranked General Commander. I led the military to battles such as the Battle of Trenton, the Battle of Germantown, the Battle of Lexington, the Battle of Harlem, Battle of Yorktown, and many more. So ultimately, I led America to victory over the British. After the war, I resigned as commander and retired, then soon was elected as the first official president of the United States.
You sound like a very accomplished individual. From what I've read, you've been dubbed as one of the most influential persons to have ever been in America.
That's what has been said, but I was really just doing my job to the best of my abilities.
So, how do you feel you helped unite the colonies?
Well, being the commanding general during the Revolution, I had to deal with military officers and soldiers from many different colonies and states. I guided and taught them how to fight. Also, winning the Revolution brought pride and patriotism to our country, which in the end created a stronger, more united society.
Well, thank you for participating on our show today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.